Hey guys, how's it going? So we're back with another video, and this video is not going to be what I wanted it to be. So I ended up with this Line 6 Spider 2. This is the 150 HD150 model, so it's got two 12-inch speakers. And I was going to make this video about how it's not as bad as people say, because how could it be? But guys, look, this is a horrendously bad guitar amp, okay? It's bad. It's one of those rare examples where it is, in fact, as bad as people say it is. It has like two decent settings. We're just going to play through it, okay? I'm not going to do the whole review because this amp, quite honestly, doesn't deserve it. It really doesn't deserve it. So I'm using my Gibson Les Paul Robot. It's a studio, basically, Les Paul Studio. And we're just going to run through it. So really good guitar with this amp. It should sound great, right? So let's start over here. I guess I should first explain what this amp is. So on the left side, you have 6 amp models. Each amp model has a second setting. So really there's 12 amp models, I guess. And then you have an EQ here. This is not an analog EQ. This is digital EQ. What does that mean? Well, you set this where you want it, and then you save it to the preset. And then when you switch to another preset, it just loads it. If you move this, then it adjusts the parameter. It's not like a normal amp where you switch channels and then it stays where it is. All this is like a little dial on a little computer that tells it what to choose. So it will load wherever you last had it. So like if you set the mids here, for example, and then you save this, and then you move it like this, and then you load it, it'll load it where it was here. Same with channel volume. You've got 4 slots to save stuff. You've got these effects here. You have these delay and echo effects here. You have master reverb. All of these are digital too. This is not analog. The only analog control on this whole amp is this master volume right here. Everything else is all digital. So first of all, I want to say, people say, oh, well, with this Line 6 Spider 2, you need to ignore the factory presets and make your own. Okay, we're going to get to that. I want to go through the factory presets first, though, because in my opinion, these should be good. Because these are the things people are going to use when they're on the floor in the store, or when they get home and they don't know what they're doing. Their impression of the amp is going to be based on, your presets that you ship it with. We're going to start with the preset that automatically comes on when you turn the amp on for the first time, okay? This is clean on the red channel. And I want you to listen to this. This is the first impression of this amp for 99% of people who used this amp and bought it when it was new. You ready? I would like someone to explain to me why they decided that the chorus flange was the correct effect to use for a first impression with a really long delay. Honestly, who are they marketing this amp to? Were they, I should say, in the past. Who were they marketing this amp to? It doesn't really sound that good objectively. Listen to this. And I'm trying to do it justice. And I'm trying to play what's appropriate. I don't understand how that's the first thing that you hear. All right, let's go to the next clean setting. Surely this one's better. See, now that makes sense. That's just straight up clean. This is 99.9999999% of solid state guitar amps out there. They sound like this. It's not a bad sound, but it doesn't blow me away either. I'm not going to say anything about it because it's just as plain as it gets. I would expect it to at least sound like that. Okay. My understanding is those two are not based or modeled off of anything. Next is twang. These are modeled after Fender amps. This is supposed to be like a bass breaker sort of thing. So let's see, does it do the Fender thing? I mean, sort of, but you can hear it peaking. And you can hear how artificial that sounds. That does not sound convincing to me at all. It's okay, but it's not, again, it's not something that's going to make me want to run out and buy this. All right, let's go to the next setting. Okay, look at this. This light shows you how fast the delay or echo is. What is that? I mean, this sounds awful. That sounds awful. I mean, okay, let's turn the effect off. Does it sound any better? No. I mean, I guess if your ideal guitar tone is a battery-powered amp with the speaker cut by a box cutter, that sounds awful. Okay, let's go to blues. Blues. Surely this one is good. I just gotta say, before I switch to the bridge, do you hear how that's peaking? Do you also hear how there's no separation? This has two 12-inch speakers. If I hit a bass string and then hit a higher string, you can't hear it. It sounds like a sitar. It's bad. That sounds okay. I will give that one a pass. It sounds very voxy to me. And it does that thing. All right, if you're in a Beatles cover band, maybe you could get away with something on that channel. Okay, crunch. All right, this is the thing that just makes me angry. Okay. Wait, we didn't do blues green yet. There's that awful fartingness again. Awful. Okay, anyway, crunch. All right, you're not gonna believe this. Red crunch is supposed to be like a JTM or something like that, okay? And then crunch green is supposed to be a Variact Plexi. That's coming from the manual for this amp. All right, so this is supposed to be right here, this red channel. It's supposed to be, they claim this is like Iron Maiden or Judas Priest or AC/DC, okay? This is one of the most horrendous guitar tones I've ever heard in my life. And it came like this. They thought this sounded good. Are you ready? that sound like a cranked Marshall to you? It sounds like a Marshall that doesn't have any balls. Also, why is the treble so high on that? It sounds awful. It just sounds awful. Alright. This setting is what intrigued me when I read the manual before I got the amp. It said, Crunch Green was a Variact Plexi. And in the manual, it said, for this channel, the quote said, "Come on, Dave, give me a break." So we all know what that means. What are your expectations for this? Are you ready? Let's try it. No. Not even close. No sign of a cigar. This is pathetic. The fact that they would market it like that is embarrassing. Why is there so much damn treble? It's awful. It is horrendous. Even if you take away what it's trying to be. Like, let's turn the effect off, okay? And let's just listen to the tone of this. Why does it sound so nasally? It sounds fake and horrible. Alright, what's next? Metal? Okay, how's this? That is the one thing this amp does well. I have to give it credit. Is it a good metal sound? No. Is it better than a metal sound I get without having a pedal or something, just straight out of an amp? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I gotta give him credit for this one. This one is not bad at all. Alright, metal green. Alright, look, I'm going to give it credit. That sounds pretty good. Not just okay. That sounds pretty good. Alright. You did a good job, Line 6, on these metal patches. I don't know what amps these are supposed to be, but honestly, I don't play a lot of metal, but if I was going to play thrash, I'd probably put it on this red channel right here and just go to town. Now, I know you can't feel it, but the bass is shaking the floor, which tells me the amp has bass. Why the hell did they tune all the other presets to have so much damn trouble? Alright, anyway. Are you ready? Insane. Red insane. You ready? Jesus Christ, what is this sound? This might be the worst sound I have ever heard a guitar make. Honestly. What the hell is this? I just played Back in Black, by the way. Could you tell? Let's turn the effect off. Maybe it's the effect, man. Let's see. I can't, guys. That is the most god-awful sound I've ever heard. Alright, last setting is Insane Green. Hardly usable. That's it. Those are all presets, man. Let's make our own. You can make your own and it will sound really good, I promise. Alright, I'll take you up on that. Let's go to the worst sound that this amp has, besides that insane one, which I don't think we can fix. This one, remember this one? Ugh, sounds horrible. It's all nasally and... Alright, too much treble, right? And way too many mids. It sounds very honky. So, let's do this. Mids, all the way down. Still awful. Treble, all the way down. I mean, it got kind of better, I guess. I can't save this one. I can't. Okay, well then use one that you like. Alright, fine. Let's put it on clean. And let's turn this effect off. And let's put on just a tiny bit of delay. Put on some reverb. That sounds pretty good. But again, it's literally just clean with some reverb. Let's make one of these crunches sound good then. Alright? Let's start with everything turned all the way off. How about that? Off, off, off. Alright? Turn up the drive. Turn up the bass. Mid, treble. I can't make it sound good. I can't, and it makes me feel stupid or something. Alright, full disclosure. Before I started making this video, I created 4 patches that I thought sounded good. It took me forever to make these patches, but I want to show them to you. Here's the first one. This one is just clean. Not bad. B is the AC/DC kind of thing. This was literally the best I could do. But even then, you can hear how farty it sounds. It cannot do the Marshall thing at all. Alright, C, this is like the Variact Marshall Plexi sound. done a little bit better, I think. This is the best I could do. Still sounds terrible. And then D. This is the metal sound that I liked. So there you go. This is terrible, guys. This amp's horrible. All right, now before we move all the way to the end and the conclusion, I want to show you all of the effects. How about that? So we're on a clean setting. Nothing's going on at all. Not even reverb. Listen to this. So here's the chorus thing. I mean, that's kind of fun, at least for a minute. Turn down really low, it sounds like this. Not sure where there's much of a use for it. Phaser. I only like phasers turned all the way down, right? Here's a phaser, as low as it goes. Still a little too fast for me. Let's hear it with overdrive, though. When would you ever use it like that? Even turned down like this, it doesn't sound great. It sounds very, very bad, very artificial, very digital. Tremolo. I don't really like that very much either. Alright, let's go to the delays. So here's... all this does is affect how long the decay and the volume. So the tape echo tries to do the tape, like degraded tape thing, but it does it very badly. No tape would decay like this. Listen to this. It's really bad. That might be the worst tape echo I've ever heard. Bad. Sweep echo. most of these effects are worthless. Sweep echo, can't really use it at all. Tape echo, can't really use it at all. Delay, you can use it like right here, okay? Trim, maybe a specific song you might want to use it, okay? Phaser, only if it's all the way down, like as low as you can possibly, like you gotta just be on the right there. And even then, it's a stretch. It still sounds bad. And then this one is almost worthless too. Okay, so they marketed this amp as having presets, amp models, and effects. As we found, it really only has one usable effect, this delay. Turned down really low, sounds okay. Reverb, let's talk about that real quick, so we'll turn that off. So, I don't know. If I turn that down, obviously, you're almost never going to use reverb up all the way on any amp, so let's turn it down a little. I like the way the reverb sounds, I have to admit. It sounds pretty good. So that sounds okay too. I just gotta say, this whole amp, like I said, it comes with 12 amp models. 9 of them are terrible. The digital EQ is pretty much worthless because there's so much damn treble. And of these effects, there's like one usable one. The reverb is okay. That's it. This amp has a horrible reputation, and it deserves it. This amp is horrible. Absolutely horrible. This amp still has the price tag on it too. Look at this. It's not worth that, guys. It's not. This amp isn't worth 50 bucks. Now, if this were my only amp and I didn't have another amp, could I make this work? Of course I could. Just like anybody could. Of course I could make this work, and I would. But you would be better off getting a one-channel amp. Seriously, a one-channel amp that doesn't have any overdrive, solid state would be better than this. This is just, it's abysmal. I hate to say it, but the Spider 2 is as bad as they say it is. It has a pretty good metal channel, so if all you play is metal and the only amp that you can find is this one, I guess this could work for you. It's got a lot of bass on that channel, and that channel sounds pretty good. But other than that, stay the hell away from this thing. Do not buy one. It's horrible. So yeah, unconventional video. Sorry that we did the whole thing without you being able to see me, but I wanted you to see the amp because that was the whole point of it. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you. Please like and subscribe. Please join the Discord. The link is in the description below. We talk about guitar gear, etc., stuff like this. I would advise you not to buy this if you ask me in the Discord, for example. So there you go. Thanks again. I appreciate all of you. See you next time, and keep on rocking.